Zuckerberg just announced that he's bringing back free speech on his platforms Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Before we get into it, here are the highlights.
It's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. We're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. We're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. We're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed. So we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. We're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. We're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more.
First off, thanks to Elon Musk for showing Mark Zuckerberg the way by stepping up for free speech, not only in defiance of the US government's demands for censorship, but also against all of these so-called democratic governments around the world, especially the European Union, for pushing for censorship on social media. Musk basically cleared the path and showed everyone that it is possible to fight and win against censorship tyranny. Now, with this Zuckerberg announcement, I see different takes. Like, we cannot trust Mark Zuckerberg. He censored me. He censored election information, which is a huge deal. But I think we should focus on where we can go from here. That's what is creative. The big picture here is that until now, X or Twitter was the only major platform allowing free speech. That's why all of these governments around the world have been pointing finger at X, slandering the platform, trying to get it to censor information. In some cases, they are even trying to get the platform itself banned. But now, with Instagram and Facebook joining X in supporting free speech, suddenly all of the major platforms on the planet are standing up to these governments. And that right there is a huge win for the voice of the people.